Hello, I'm Dr. Azlara. Welcome to my courses of strategic management. In the previous videos, we have broken down the program of strategic management in different steps. We have defined a strategy in strategic management so far. To remind, a strategy has been defined by Arthur Chandler as a set of goals, long-run goals and objectives of an enterprise in the adoption of courses of action, which means the plan, and resources to allocate necessary to achieve these goals, to carry out these goals. This we will adopt this definition as it is relevant for the strategy as intended, as planned. A strategic management process is also defined as or strategic management, basically defined as the art and the science of formulating, implementing, and evaluating cross-functional decisions that enable an organization to achieve its objectives. Strategic management is a continuous process of strategic analysis, strategy creation, and implementation monitoring used by the organization to pursue goals and to achieve and maintain competitive advantage. Competitive advantage as being superior, as this superior performance that we can gain ahead of our competitors. So is to be ahead of competitors, is to reach higher performance compared to others in the market, etc. Right? And it is the core of strategic management. Some questions are relevant for a strategic management process, where the organization is at the moment, what the organization is actually doing. This first question is the mission statement of the organization. The second question is, where does it want to go? Where does it want to go? Where it wants to go is the vision. What we want to be in the future is the vision of the company. And this is a very, very important, critical, crucial for an organization. An organization cannot in any case go blind, should have a vision statement. It means that everybody should know and understand what is required from them, what is the vision of the company, and also what is the mission of the company, what we are actually doing right now, what we are performing. So an organization is should have these two statements, generic statements, and then of course the values and the goals. So generic statements can be of course broken down in different goals and sub-goals, etc. Right? But essentially it's about the strategy statement, the purpose of the company is about this vision and mission statements. We should understand in order to gain the buy-in of employees and also to reach high performance, we should play in a coherent way, in a coherent manner. So to reach this coherence, this consistency in terms of performance, productivity, between also operations management and strategic management of the company, etc., we should have clearly defined and deliberately declared strategic statement, vision and mission statement. So the three questions are very important. How it will get there is about the resources that are available to us, that we will use in order to achieve the vision and the mission statement. Of course, the vision in about 5 years, for example, but then we have to review the vision. Whenever we achieve it, we can review it, etc. And also we can have a policy, kind of 20 years. The policy of the port, for example, policy of the country is about 20 years, and it is broken down into, for example, a vision each 5 years. Of course, if we achieve the vision, we can review it, we can change it, etc. But of course, we should be concentrated to achieve this vision, and to do so, we have to work for this project about 5 years. That's why we talk about the long-run goals, right? So these long-run goals could be 5 years or more. but basically 4 years, right? And then of course we can split into each year, and each year we can settle the budget. It's about the budgeting and controlling, like we can prepare the budget for every year, right? So these questions are very important, and in order to gain the buy-in of the employees, of everybody, etc. And it is known that there is no favorable wind to someone who does not know where is heading. It means no favorable wind for someone who doesn't know where to go. Nul vent n'est favorable pour celui qui ne sait où il va. This is very important. If one does not know to which port one is sailing, no wind is favorable. So this quote is let's say it's relevant, right, in this stage, in this instance. So now let's get inside the vault. Strategic planning process. Strategic management process. Sometimes, well, we'll not go into the details or the debate between is the strategic planning the same of strategic management, or they are different, etc. Some authors and scholars say that strategic planning is the first step of the strategic management. Like the strategic management is the whole, it's embracing the whole organization. However, strategic planning process is about the formulation of the strategy, so the process that goes from the determination of the vision and mission, then the analysis, and then the formulation of goals and objectives and strategies. However, some others, they say no, strategic management is used by professionals and practitioners. However, strategic management is used by both, like by academic, but mostly by academic in the academic field, right? Let's say, okay, for us, what is important, we will use strategic planning or strategic management similarly. Okay, so a strategic planning process is about 5 stages: initial assessment, situation analysis, strategy formulation, strategy implementation, and finally strategy monitoring. Okay, so initial assessment is about vision and mission statement that we discussed it in the 3 questions earlier. And then we have the situation analysis. The situation analysis is to weigh up the opportunities and threats in order to cast wide net on the opportunities, and also to sidestep the threats. And from another side, we have the weaknesses and the strengths of the company, and we have to analyze, we have to diagnose the situation internally and externally. So it is about situation analysis, it's about external and internal analysis. And then strategy formulation is to formulate the goals. But formulation of goals is not just a matter of written down the goals of the company, but it's about the negotiation of those goals with the managers of the company, between top management and the managers and the senior managers, and also middle managers, and so on, and everybody should be in the same boat. So we have to negotiate this, and this is a matter of political negotiation inside the company between, for example, the union, the top management, the managers, from different angles, right? So it's about formation and formulation as well. Okay, and then from this we can formulate the goals. I remind again that the strategy is not just a matter of goals, right? The strategy is a matter of goals, plans, and resources, right? So strategy is this, we sum up goals, plans, and resources, right? Otherwise, if someone, for example, comes to you and say that my strategy is to win, he's not talking about a strategy, he's talking just about the goal, right? But if we start talking about resources that are available that we can handle, etc., yes, we are talking about strategy, the plan that we should follow and to settle down, etc. Okay, so now strategy formulation is about all these things, right? And then strategy implementation is about enacting the strategy. To enact the strategy is about strategy in action, strategy into action, strategy in practice. Okay, so strategy implementation we can, for example, use the change management models such as Kota model, Kurt-Lewin model, and some others, right? We can use McKinsey 7S, for example, strategy, system, shared values, structures, etc. Those are also relevant for the implementation of strategy. And finally, we have to monitor the progress and we have to evaluate the performance. So monitoring is kind of continuous, and evaluation is a periodic evaluation and assessment and appraisal of the performance of the company, maybe in semester or yearly evaluation, or also 3 months evaluation, right? So strategic planning process is this standard process now. It's about these 5 stages, but of course many components of the process are spread throughout the different stages. So for example, initial assessment components are vision and mission, situation analysis components are internal and external analysis. Strategy formation is about generation, evaluation and choosing of strategies, and then implementation is about change management. Culture is about also the culture shift, etc. Is about also the structures and also and those things. And strategy monitoring is about controlling and evaluation. Okay, so there is as the overall idea. So grosso modo is about this, right? Now there are many models that we can discuss. Basically, I will discuss 3 models. Basically, the strategic planning process is about David's model, Rothamel's model, and Thomson Martin's model. And also there is Johnson and Gary Johnson and Wintington model, and also some other. Okay, so basically, so those are the models. And now we'll discuss in this video only the three models. Okay, so we start with the David's model. So you can see the David's model is similar to the standard one. So the organization should develop a vision and mission, should weigh up so the opportunities and in order to let's say to reach those opportunities and to sidestep the threats. And from the other side, should also weigh up the capabilities, potentialities, competence and competency of the company and resources available before to establish, of course, the long-run goals, and then generate, evaluate, choose the strategies, and by thereafter, of course, implement strategy and measure the strategy. Of course, there are many tools that we can use that we will discuss in the next video. The tools that we can use in every level, okay, in every stage. So for the instance, we can talk about the arrows. So as you can see, the arrows, the orientation of the arrow, they are oriented. The orientation means here that if, for example, you step forward and then you discover that something should be settled or adjusted in the previous step, you can step backward, correct it, and then run the process again. So it's the kind of iterations. So each time we step forward, if we discuss, sometimes we can go back and correct it and adjust it. Okay, and we can continue this way, right? And then we have the Rothamel's model. You can see as a circle, and at the heart of this model there is the gaining and sustaining the competitive advantage. So Rothamel's model is about initial analysis, external, internal analysis is the same. The difference here is that we break down the step of formulation into 2 steps. Business strategy, which means that is more about the competitive advantage, and then formulation of corporate strategy, which is about multiple strategic business units. Of course, I know that the jargon now is a bit weird, strange for you, but will dispel any doubts in in the next videos. Okay, so we'll discuss the strategic business unit, we'll discuss business strategies, we'll shed light on the drivers of the corporate strategy, the difference between each of them, etc. What the tools, how we can use the tools, not actually how to use the tools. I do it in my courses, in workshops, etc. But in these videos I will just explain theoretically strategic management. Okay, and for implementation, and then initial analysis. Okay, so the Rothermers model is also, of course, each model is having its advantages and drawbacks, pros and cons, which is normal. Okay, then Thomson and Martin's model. So strategic management framework of Thomson and Martin's framework, also strategic framework, is similar to the previous one, but you can see here in the beginning that the first stage we have the situation appraisal. We can review vision and mission, and then develop the situation assessment in the same time. Like this step, like if we talk now, if we refer back to the standard process, the first step will be not just initial assessment, but initial assessment and situation analysis in the same performance and at the same level and the same time. So it means that these two levels, like vision and mission and the situation analysis, should be done mutually, right? We can use as well, of course, the SWOT as a funnel, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Okay, then we clarify the objectives, and we break down these objectives into corporate strategy and competitive strategy. Here's the thing, here's the difference than the previous one, because in the previous one we started with competitive and then we went to the corporate. Now we let's say inverse the sequence. We start with the corporate strategy, then we go to we start with corporate, then we go to competitive, right? And thereafter, of course, we define the decisions, strategic decisions, and we go like how we are getting there is about implementation, about enacting strategy in action, strategy in practice. And then how are we doing? It means that we have to control, we have to monitor the progress and evaluate and appraise, of course, the performance. So here's all the models about the strategic management process. Of course, there are many others. However, we discuss in this video the three fundamental processes. Thank you.